Welcome to Hauser's house. This is our second video on my great-grandma Kramer and my grandmother Ramona. And so I have my dad here today, which I'm very excited about. It's kind of like the first video we're doing together. And my dad is going to tell some stories about my great-grandmother Kramer and my grandma Hauser.
All right.
So, Dad, can you give us a little background to
Sure.
Grandma Kramer and,
Well, actually, my grandmother, Gertrude was her first name, Gertrude Kramer. She went to what is now Azusa Pacific University, and it was Azusa Pacific, or actually Azusa Bible College, and she was a Greek and Hebrew scholar. And actually, she was the smartest one in the family, a very intelligent woman, very spiritual. And she decided or felt a calling in her life to go with my grandfather. The two of them went to Africa, which at that time was the Belgian Congo. And they went there, and they wanted to reach some of the tribes in Africa that some of them, in fact, that had not, at least she had been told, had never even seen a white man. And she was going to learn their dialect and then translate their dialect into the Bible. And that's what she did.
Wow, I never knew she went to APU and studied Greek
And Hebrew.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very smart woman.
So, when she went to the Congo, Dad, what did she do there? What are some of the first things she did when she arrived?
She wanted to establish a mission, and so they did establish a mission. And part of what establishing that mission was to open up a school for some boys and girls from some of the tribes to begin to teach them about God and what the Bible had to say. So that was one of their first things that they did.
Wow, that's incredible. And I know your brother John was talking about how she actually wrote the Bible in their dialect or translated the Bible. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, all I know is from the stories that I was told that after she learned the dialect, she began to translate particularly the New Testament into their language because she wanted them to learn about who Jesus was and what Jesus had done for all of mankind. And so she spent a lot of time learning the language and then translating the New Testament into their language.
So, Dad, tell me why. I know when they were there, there were some amazing stories that occurred. But I want to pass that for a second.
Okay.
I want to go on. So they were there for how many years? And then they transitioned and came back to the United States.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about them transitioning and coming back to the United States.
Well, they actually made 2 trips to Africa. And while they were there, in one of their first trips, my mother was born there. Ramona was her name. And she was there for 16 years, from birth to the age 16 before they came back to the States, and then they went back. But they always had a very strong calling to love the continent of Africa. So it was, there's just some amazing things that happened while they were there, and the stories that they told us when they were alive.
Wow, thank you for that, Dad. We'll have some more stories. Hope you enjoyed that. And thank you for tuning into Hauser's house today. We don't want to make the videos too long, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.